NSFW, what fetish did you have until you tried it? I always liked how shiny latex looked. I then tried on a latex condom. Beep was on fire, swollen like a corpse in water, and it didn't go down for hours. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how I learned I have a latex allergy. So latex gets you hot and bothered? Your juice is flowing? Latex is just an itch you can't scratch. Shower beep, it's just not practical. The water makes it less lubricant, not more. The shower is not big enough. Thus you keep getting blinded by water sprays from somewhere randomly. You could fall and break your beep beep asterisk knee on the porcelain. So accurate. Although you can solve the lube problem with a silicone lube. I recall reading somewhere that the vast majority of broken beep incidents happen in the shower, though so ever since then shower activities have been a bit more restricted to foreplay lol. NB, never use a non-water-based lube if you're relying on condoms not to pop. Wife and I shared a girlfriend for a while. Sure, it was fun at first, and the beep was great, but then she tried breaking us up, and started all sorts of stupid drama. That was about 7 years ago. Wife and I are still happily married and both agreed that doing something like that again wasn't worth a hassle. That's a bummer the GF took that route, trying to break you up. My wife and I invited her best friend to join us once and it started about an 8-month thing for us. The first month we were having enough fun that it escalated to 3x a week. Eventually I had to stop that though, absolutely exhausting. My work performance began to suffer. The only real problem we faced from the situation was about a year later when my wife's friend met somebody and they started a relationship. Which, hey, good for her. But home dude was really uncomfortable with her hanging out with my wife and myself. Pretty much killed their friendship's sad face. What I found was that with girls I dated that liked threesome, the moment their new BF learned about it they become obsessive with having a threesome too. Like, creepily. I've been put in uncomfortable situations because my ex needed me to lie or some beep to get her dude to calm down about threesomes. I get it, they're the holy grail of asterisk asterisk asterisk. But some people need to see HIIILLL. Bondage. Turns out if you have claustrophobia you should probably not get tied up. Started panicking really badly until my partner realized I was freaking out for real, not playing. Being a bull for a couple. The beep was like a job. I had to have beep and film all these angles. Lots of specific things had to be done. It was like a weird acting and cameraman job when all I wanted to do was bang this chick. Lol, one time I missed filming the cum shot and I had to rest a couple minutes and do it all over again. It was so difficult to do back-to-back cum shots. WTF. That just sounds like being a freelance porn star. I'm not a prostitute, I'm a freelance porn star. I thought chicks with beep was definitely something hot and horny, and then I went to Bali and ended up in bed with a beautiful Javanese singer and discovered that actually, when it comes down to it, beep just ain't my thing. This sounds like about a dozen or so different green texts. I'd always kinda wanted to DP my GF, and then I started dating a girl who wanted to try it too, and the first time we did she pretty much ignored me while I awkwardly tried to get involved. Then she became obsessed with wanting to do it again, which led to a fight and a breakup, and now I'll never do it again. The Threesome Handbook by Victoria Vantock. This book goes above and beyond the mechanics of threesomes. She talks about navigation of feelings, dynamics, choosing the right third partner, how to prevent jealousy, freakouts, and more. Threesomes don't ruin relationships. Poor communication does. Nah, it was pretty clear she didn't want a threesome, she just wanted to swing. I did bondage one time and it wasn't done the right way. I laid on my stomach with my feet tied to my hands behind my back very tight with shopping bags so I couldn't move. I had something stuffed in my mouth, I think a sock, so I couldn't speak. The guy then teased me by taking a knife and bringing it very close to my eyes and throat. I was flat out terrified. We were close so it was all in good fun, but never again. That's not how BDSM is supposed to go. Did you talk about boundaries beforehand? Did he describe what he was planning on doing and what you liked and disliked? No way should he have pulled out a goddamn knife without your say-so. And learning safe rope tying techniques is a must so no one gets seriously injured. At the very least, you should have had a way to safeboard out even if gagged. I thought that getting tied up and blindfolded would be awesome. Getting tied up is panic-inducing and not being able to see is boring. See, I love being blindfolded. Makes everything else way more intense. Go figure. Not really a fetish, but when I was a virgin I had this idea in my head the 69ing was going to be the most amazing thing ever, but when I finally did try it, it was literally the worst. Just uncomfortable and awful. If you get inspired to try again, both side by side is easier than having one on top. Love girls' feet. The reality of putting their frozen beep feet on your beep asterisk on the other hand will leave you clinging to the ceiling like a cartoon cat. There, that wasn't the right thing to do. LPT, one always needs a warm-up before going into that area. Finding a solid, stable relationship with someone who wouldn't leave me. Bro. Too real? Threesomes. Way too complicated and stressful. Sadism. It's fun to roleplay during cyber sex. But I am no beep IRL. This girl and I flirt in cyber on the IRC for a year or so. We roleplay cheesy beep raise or vampire beep beep. It was fun. So she convinces me to drive 5 hours, get a hotel, tie her up, beat her, and have beep with her. During the trip my car kinda catches on fire. Someone had rear-ended me. The exhaust was not loud, but touched the trunk area. Pretty funny looking back. But this was pre-cell phone era for most of us. Corn and more core. I resolve the issue. I get the hotel room. I wash up since I smell like smoke. I pick her up. She introduces me to her mom. I think this was part of the make certain to get a good look at me so I don't kill her daughter thing. Get to the hotel. Start kissing, cutting her clothing off with a razor letter opener, tie her up. I made a rope whip. So she wants me to whip her. I do. I see the welds rise. She asks for more. There are welds on her beeped her legs. And she laughs and says, my daddy hit me harder. That beep took the steam out of beep. I tried to stay in character, but she knew there was a change. She said, beat my mouth. And we proceeded just do non-sadistic sexual things with her tied up part of the time. We had beep twice more before sleeping, once in the middle of the night and once in the morning. But we stopped talking pretty much after that. I never role-played being a beep again. Exhibitionism, almost got arrested. I'm sorry but he tied you up with shopping bags. Law reply failed but still. Not a fetish. But before I actually had beep I thought blowjobs were the penultimate sexual experience. Going from regular movies, TV, and beep asterisk. Now I realize after many relationships and partners, the best they ever were was just meh. I had almost exactly the opposite experience. I thought beep were an appetizer, but now they're my favorite main course. Yeah, these poor asterisk. Cuck queening. It was a huge turn on and still kind of is. Not something I ever want to do again. The one and only time I did it was horrible. I had been begging my boyfriend who eventually agreed to try it. Talked with a friend of mine who was willing to cuck me. The moment arrived. Boyfriend and friend tied me up and forced me to watch them asterisk.